Tomorrow, jury selection is set to start in what's expected to be one of the most publicized trials this year, the Ross Harris murder trial. Harris is the Cobb County father accused of intentionally leaving his 22-month-old son, Cooper, inside a hot car to die. An estimated 300 jurors are expected to be screened. Picking a jury could take about 2 weeks. 11 more, Ryan, you've been talking to legal experts about this case. What can we expect as this trial gets underway?
Well, certainly it's going to be a very lengthy trial. That begins tomorrow. Will take some time as lawyers on both sides whittle away from the large pool of potential jurors until they get that final 12 plus alternates.
So there's going to be a lot of activity at the courthouse.
The Ross Harris murder trial is a complex and difficult case expected to take anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks, meaning the 12 men and women who will ultimately serve on this jury will be setting aside their lives. 11 Alive legal analyst Phil Holloway, who has been following this case from the beginning, says starting on Monday, lawyers on both sides will begin by screening out people who simply can't sit through such a long trial.
Ultimately, they're going to be tasked with finding a jury who can dedicate basically their entire life to this case for that long a period of time. Media about the case, no television, no radio, no newspaper. They're going to be isolated from basically the news for the rest of this trial.
The case has received international media coverage, which adds to the difficulty of selecting a jury. Likely most people in Cobb County have at least heard of the case.
But what I think you can find in Cobb County is someone who hasn't made up their mind because they realize they haven't heard all of the evidence. They've heard snippets here and there. They haven't heard all of it.
Holloway tells me each side will try to find jurors who might be sympathetic to their case. For instance,
and if I were the prosecutor, I might be looking for someone who is that primary caregiver who says, look, there's just no way I'm going to buy that anybody could ever forget a child in a car.
One other interesting tidbit that Holloway mentioned is that these kinds of cases, because they are so long and complex and those jurors are essentially isolated, it often takes a strain on their personal lives because they simply can't talk to their spouses and loved ones about what they're doing while they're at the courthouse.
Yeah, it's not an easy task, that is for sure. It is a true commitment, and it is their civic duty, but certainly will ask a lot of them. All right, Ryan, thank you. 11 Alive, of course, will be in court every step of the way following this. Once opening statements begin, we'll be live streaming coverage from gavel to gavel online. Right now, we have a special section on our website dedicated to the case, including our path that prosecutors fought to have included in the trial. It's all on 11alive.com.